Hey jerks, today we're just going to do a little bit of a ride along in the Cumstain, and something that's very cool that's going on is that I finally figured out the stupid tune on that thing, and it's actually running really good. And I want to show you what I had to do, the mistakes that I made, and first things first, we're just going to take a little bit of a ride in it. I think you'll like it. So the first thing I want to show you is startup. I was having a little trouble with startup before where it would just like not want to start up. So anyway, here we go. No foot on the gas. We're just going to start it. Look at that. Perfect.
Just get the deal.
Whoa! Who was listening to the radio that loud? So I don't know how easy this is going to be for me to drive and hold this camera at the same time. It's a really terrible idea. Whoops. A little bit of a bog to start off. We're just gonna go down the road a little bit. All right, that sounded pretty good. I do like that sound quite a bit. And my AFRs are purposely high when I'm off the gas. So don't give me any crap for that. There you have it. That is an excellent 9 pounds. And even though I was romping on it right away, the car was already warm. I mean, it was basically at operating temperature. So that's that. Now, the other problem I was having an issue with starting off the line. I had zero low torque and low power, but now it seems as though I have got that all figured out, and I'm just gonna give this a moderate run. I'm not going to dump the clutch or anything like that, and you'll hear that I'm able to chirp the tires pretty good. There you go. And that is a good demonstration of the CX Racing Turbo after I've done all the fixes. And in a second here, I'm going to get back to the house and start up the computer and show you what the fixes were, because man, do I feel stupid for some of the things that I needed to do and I was able to fix. And hopefully if you're dealing with something like this, maybe it's something that you'll be able to put on your checklist to make sure that you don't do and then have to deal with, why do I have no low end power? Why is the fuel cutting out? Why are all these things happening? So I'll get back with you in just a couple of seconds here, and happy boosting. That's some bullshit. Okay, so here are the things that I want to show you in the Megasquirt that I found that really sucked. The first thing was that down here this is where your current tune or whatever you're currently running. Oops, right there, yeah. Now that can be anything really, but as soon as you have the computer hooked up to your ECU, your Megasquirt, and you make any changes whatsoever, whatever this is called, I believe it will save any changes to something called current tune, and that's fine. I don't have any problem with that. I just want to make sure you remember this and you understand that. The second thing is, when you go into your evaluation here, your log viewer, if you are going to do your VE analyze right here, and you're going to run the analysis, and then you're going to accept the new table, and you're going to save the tune, If you don't currently have this open and online with the ECU, all it does is it saves it in the computer. It doesn't actually write it to the ECU immediately. So then what you sometimes have to do is you go in here to load tune, and then you can find what all your, you can find the tune that you just did and load that in. Now the problem with that is, what I've found anyway, is you always want to go back up here and check your fuel ratio, your fuel equation, whatever you did before, to find out your engine size and the injector size if you change your injectors. So after I changed my injectors, I went from 230 to 265, whatever. Every time I went back into this would reset itself to 12.5, and then all this stuff would go away. And that wasn't doing me what I needed to, and I kept having the fuel cut off as I was getting high in the boost. The other problem is, you come up here in the boost control, and I've changed this to 200 to try and get a little more boost before it cuts out. Again, if you don't have this connected when you're making the changes and you say save, this reverts back to whatever it was before, which was 170. I guess that's like the default, whatever. The point is, you want to make sure you check these all the time. Now, the thing that really, well, that was the first thing that really got me into consistent boost and things looking, feeling good. The other problem, and this was so jackassy. Where is it? Here in my, not there. Crap, where is it? Okay, in ignition settings, in this first one, ignition options and wheel decoder, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Anyway, when you first set this up, you have to change this to fixed timing. And you do that to figure out 10 is where you want to be. And you use this with a timing light to make sure that 10 is what the car mechanically is doing, so that the program, the software, knows the baseline where to start. Unfortunately, we never changed this back to use table. So for the entire time that I was running and tuning, I was running at a flat 10 degrees advanced timing the entire time. So this whole nonsense of this whole nonsense of an ignition table, which changes the advanced timing and retarded timing for the boost and stuff like that, the entire time that I was running, assume these all are 10. So I was not getting any benefit from the timing based on RPM or load. So therefore, I had no low end. I would bog down big time off the line because I was right around in here at 10, and that's not where you want to be. You want to be up here in the high 20s and 30s. Anyway, so once I went back into that, and again, it's in the ignition options. Once I changed that back to use table, it was like driving a brand new car. It was quite awesome. So there you go. That is that's a couple of little hints that you want to make sure that you pay attention to, because I didn't, and I had a sucky car, and I was very disappointed at what was going on, because I thought, you just throw in this turbo, you throw in a Megasquirt, you spend $2,000, you should have some go. And it doesn't work quite like that. You do have to do some time with it. You have to hopefully do some research online. Maybe even you're working with somebody who knows what they're doing. And anyway, so that's how I fucked up and then fixed it. So right now the car is running absolutely awesome. I'm not going to mess with it much more after this. I'm not even going to bother with the launch control and the flat foot shifting. I don't see any reason for it really, and I'm just going to enjoy the car for what it is right now for a little while anyway, and see how that goes. Anyway, so that's been just a short little video to let you know what's going on, and I will catch you on the next video. Bye.